We move to Southern Africa now, where at least 17 people, including 3 children, have died after a gas leak in a South African slum near Johannesburg, which emergency services have said is possibly linked to an illegal mining operation. Police officers removed dozens of gas cylinders as residents, local officials, and family members gathered at the scene. More details in this report.
South Africa's commercial hub, Johannesburg, and its surrounding areas are built around mountainous dumps of soil and cavernous pits left behind by generations of mining companies that started extracting during the gold rush in the 1880s. Boksburg was last month struck by a 5.0 magnitude earthquake, suspected to have been linked to the maze of underground tunnels and shafts associated with illegal mining in the area.
We are going to be investigating further to determine exactly what could have transpired, go deep, and if there's anyone who can still be held liable and responsible for this, hopefully there can be some action taken against them.
Numfana wami ndilahlekele nge3 wabantu izolo ngo6
namhlanje mangivuka ekuseni ngithi ngizala ngizwazi kahle ukuthi kwenze njani wathi usisi usesibhedlela ulele isibhedlela usibala vele ushonile njengamanje ngibuya khona la kusibala vela ngiyobona ukuthi ukhiyiwe ora kanjani.
Initially, authorities had given a toll of around 24 deaths from the leak on Wednesday night, although it had later been revised down to 16. Panyaza Lesufi, premier of Gauteng province that encompasses South Africa's biggest city, says at the site of the disaster that 1 more person had died after being taken to the hospital.
The bodies were scattered literally everywhere. And I want to thank our team because they know exactly where each body was. And they know exactly how that particular body arrived where it was. So I thought initially it was just an explosion in one area, but you can see people were running away from the scene, and then they started to fall as they tried to get areas where they can escape. The scene was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. I regretted why we have to go through that scene. It was heartbreaking.
Preliminary investigations done indicate that there is illegal mining activity that is taking place here. You would have seen by now the police have removed so many cylinders of gas and still removing equipment and dismantling the illegal processing plants that are here.
Thousands of unregistered miners scavenge obsolete mines for gold under arduous and often perilous conditions. Among the victims were people and medics who had approached the scene either to help or see the trapped truck. Dozens at a nearby hospital, including patients and staff members, sustained serious burns after that explosion, which smashed windows and caused the roof to collapse.
Member of Parliament for DA Gauteng and spokesperson for Community Safety, Ruhan Robison, joins me now on the news. Thank you so much for your time.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, now let's get straight to it. Can you get us up to speed for the sake of our viewers at home? What exactly, might have happened over there?
All right, so from the preliminary investigation, what has been concluded is basically with the illegal mining activity happening in the area. People were busy cutting open one of the gas canisters, which then exploded and let out the deadly gas at one of the nearby shacks. And then this is what then caused the inhalation for a lot of the people living in the vicinity, and then unfortunately leading to their subsequent demise.
Now, it seems the issue of illegal mining in South Africa is overwhelming the authorities. Your first reaction when you heard about the gas explosion that killed at least 17 people, can you just describe how you felt?
Well, I think immediately the effect was not again. Just a few months ago, in December, we had a massive gas explosion in Boksburg, killing also a lot of people. But particularly pertaining to the issue of illegal mining, it is one of the issues that the Democratic Alliance has been fighting very hard, both at council at the provincial government as well as at Parliament. And the fact of what you are saying, authorities being overwhelmed by illegal miners, is an absolute reality in Gauteng province, as the way in which resources are used in order to deal with it. No new resources are deployed when the president says, for example, that he will bring more police officers into fighting and combating illegal mining. Then they are simply removed from other parts of the police force in order to augment that grouping. So there are no additional resources allocated. So I think that is one of the biggest problems that we have.
All right. Now, as a community leader, I mean, this is not the first time such very unfortunate, accident is happening. What do you think can be done, number one, to prevent future occurrence of, situations like this, and also curb the menace of illegal mining in South Africa?
Well, first of all, I think the first precaution I could give South Africans to do is an old cliche, but that is reported to authorities. If authorities are not aware of the fact that this is taking place at a particular place or juncture, then nothing will be done about it. And there are very stringent rules and regulations pertaining to the storage of gas and the usage of gas, for example. And those regulations exist for a reason. Now, if this is being done, particularly among the poorest communities, they are the most vulnerable to being affected by this sort of thing. So yes, that is the first advice I would give to communities. And then I think from now on, this has given a new vigor to us in our fight against illegal mining, to take it to Parliament, to take it to every level of government, to fight illegal mining everywhere, because it is truly a scourge on South Africans, and particularly the poorest of our communities.
All right, thank you so much for your time, Ruhan.